Hey, Cliff, how are you, man? You're the first guy on. I got 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on here. It's just a lonely day at the guitar shop today. It's kind of boring. I've been sitting around for a half an hour or so going, I'm bored today. It's hot in Arizona. I flipped my camera around so you can kind of see the back of the store. And so I decided to do a little live stream today. And Rico, he's very shy, but we got Rico in the house today. There he is. Like I tell these guys, I'm just super bored today. Nobody's down here. Yesterday I got myself a Jim Root made in the United States of America Fender Jazzmaster, and I have it tuned down to D, drop D and D. And you guys probably can't hear that because my amp is over here and it's all muddy and tons of delay and everything. And but I'm gonna sit here and strum it anyhow. I don't usually play drop D. I'm kind of the half step down, standard tuning kind of guy. But this one's perfect. It's got big heavy strings on it. It's perfect for the drop D kind of stuff. So I did a video yesterday. It hasn't been edited yet, but I just went around, and you can see my pedals right here. I went around and I kind of quickly showed everybody, hey man, these are the pedals that I have in my store. And I usually don't do too much stuff as far as shipping, and I don't have anything on Reverb. But if you guys are interested in something, I do have my PayPal account hooked up and going, and I can ship little pedals. It's not too much of a problem. Make it Todd 707. How are you doing, brother? I got to reach over here to hit my to highlight a couple of things, although you guys can always read the comments. Everything is doing good. Tone Maker, I'm building a plexi drive pedal while watching. Wow, that is super cool, man. Rico, what do I got in here that's a plexi drive pedal? Rico B, everybody in the house. Okay, I'm staring at questions. Does the Jim Root play more like a Firebird or a Mustang Jazzmaster? Dude, this thing to me feels like a Strat. It feels like a big, heavy Strat. It's got the, it's just very simple. It has its three-way switch. Oh, let me get out of that. Any ESPs in stock? No, I don't think I have any ESPs right now. But you've got your three-way switch down here and single volume. And, it feels like a Strat to me. It feels like a Fender, you know, it looks and feels like a Fender. So nothing about it feels like a Jazzmaster because the bridge is nice and tight and string through. So I'm not saying it feels like a Firebird, or I'm saying it feels like a hardtail Strat. Okay, let me set this aside because I'm just irritating everybody. I will turn it off.
An XR micro amp?
Micro amp? Is that a Plexi?
I'm looking. I Googled it, it said it came up as well.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me see that thing. Bring it on over here for a second. So a Plexi clone, the micro amp. MXR micro amp. Plexi in a box. What about this LPD 87? I think this is. What do you say?
Could be.
This, I got my hands on the Lawrence Petros design,
Yeah.
87. I have it priced at $199. But what we have here is we have highs, mids, and lows. You got a high-low switch. You have a level, a presence, and a gain. So in my opinion, that is a Marshall preamp. Don't quote me on that. Kind of guessing as I go. Oh, Joey. Joey's got a question. Did I ever come across another Vandenberg? No, but I got a pretty cool PV, and I got it in just yesterday. Let me show you what PV I just got. How you doing, man? You don't mind I'm live streaming and.
Where's your people? What would you? I brought in the Fender amp.
All right, so this is one of my latest scores. So this is a PV with P90s. It is not the Predator though. This is the PV. What do they call this thing? The Forenza. I used to have a Oldsmobile Forenza, but this is an American-made guitar. You got the P90s in it. And I just put a set of 10s on it this morning. It's got a little tiny bit of fret wear. But I didn't, you know, if you guys watch any of my videos, I strung it up. I polished the frets the best that I could. And I have this bad boy priced, I think, very appropriately at $400. I could be way off, but it's an American-made guitar. Where are you going to get an American-made guitar? Oh, you know what? This I just noticed that this strap button looks like it's kind of smashed down on there. Sometimes guys go bomb. So I need to probably change that out because that thing looks like it's smashed in there. But yeah, the Forenza. Firenza trademark. Doesn't say made in USA anywhere on it, but I looked them up and I went on OfferUp. I went on Craigslist. I didn't even do that. I went on Reverb. I went on eBay. Kind of looked for a few of them and ended up pricing this bad boy at $400. I think that's about $100 less than they usually go for. You got a little bit of pick wear right here, but I tried my best to polish it up pretty nicely. Although, and I sprayed the pots out this morning, took the back plate off, sprayed them out. It had a little bit of static in here, but it's all good. So that's my latest PV that I have come across. Fun things. What's up with the belly? Why it's doing that thing?
You saw him tell him that kind of how the thunder got. Oh, nice.
So here it is, guys. This is my brand new shop. I've been down here about 2 months now. There's Rico. And so this is where I hang out every day. Boss pedals. I get a lot of Boss pedals traded in. I love Boss pedals. They usually always work really well. A lot of guys trade in old pedals. This is a buy, sell, and trade store. Guys trade in stuff because there's a little glitch. Something's wrong with it, and they try all the time to kind of get one over on me, and they trade stuff in that's broken. But you gotta really test stuff out. Just to make sure that everything is good. This thing, I got this thing traded in yesterday. And everybody needs one of these little EQs, because what you do is you can just, level everything out, and then you put the gain up a little bit. And then when you are in your clean channel, or even any channel, you go and you turn this on, and it's like a boost pedal. So, but this one, you can see right here that the front piece is kind of rocking around on there. And so I might get into this thing. I haven't really tested it out thoroughly yet. Somebody put a piece of something on right here, but a piece of red. It kind of looks like a piece of plastic tubing is on there. But yeah, I get stuff like this traded in every day, almost every day. And you got to be cautious not to take trade-ins that are broken. Because you guys know how you are. You're always trying to get one over on the guy at the shop. Right? Let's take a look, man. Jason, how you doing? Oh, what speakers are in that thing? That belongs to my guitar player. And I think she just put Celestians in it. I would have to call to find out. But I know who I got this one from. I would have to call and find out what's in it. But if you don't live right here in the Phoenix area, there's no way you're going to ever get your hands on that thing, because I'm not shipping that thing. So all you guys from out of town, it makes it tough. Because you want things, but you something like that, you need to show up with a pickup truck to get your hands on that. Yeah, some heat shrinking tape on there. I know it happens all the time, but guys come in and they're like, dude, I promise all this stuff works, and I want to trade it all in. And you know whose fault it is? If I find out a week or so later that it's not working properly, it's my fault. So, can't blame anybody but myself. My own laziness sometimes is the reason why I have gear that doesn't work properly. I got a cool bass to show you guys. Hold on. So this is the Frank Bello from Anthrax. This is his signature model, the LTD Frank Bello. And I got two of these now. And they both showed up brand new in the box. And it's kind of a tough sell if you're not a big Anthrax fan. One thing that kind of messes with me a little bit is because I've played these in the past. And because of the binding that's up here on the top, it has like that marbleized looking pearloid sort of look to it. And sometimes I get lost on where the dots are because I see, you know, some of the little reflections and some of the other stuff on here. And if you're in a dark bar, sometimes you get lost on where your fret markers are. That's the only negative thing I have to say about the bass. It's a badass bass other than that. I play with a pick. I'm a bass player. I use a pick. I don't know if it's in tune, but Frank Bello. Badass motherfucking band, right? Anthrax. You know what's kind of weird is I also have, guys probably can't hear me, but I also have the Dave Elfson Jackson. And I've taken that bass to gigs and I've played that thing all over the place. And what am I supposed to do with my Dave Elfson bass now? Should I sell it? Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
When it comes to the whole Megadeth thing, I think they ought to just leave him in the band. I see nothing wrong with what he did. What guy doesn't do that? Seriously, Rico, admit it.
Two consenting.
Yeah, that's right. So I would leave Dave in the band. Don't kick him out of the band for going online and having some fun with a girl, right? Samoth made Guild, new budget models under $600. What do you think, Rico? Have you seen any of the brand new Guild stuff made by Samoth? I haven't seen any of it either. Loud and clear. Fruitcake Tony, how are you, brother? Yeah, so you guys got any questions? I might not get to them all. Yeah, so here's the bass for sale. I'm just going to show you guys some of the stuff I have down here. I definitely can't complain about my job. I feel really thankful that I have a place to hang out like this. I'm really thankful that there's enough people that come in here and they buy gear from me that I can pay the rent and I can afford to pay my mortgage at my house. And oh my God, Rico's handing me guitars. Okay, this is the world famous EVH Frankie. And if you guys watched the video that I did on this, maybe it's been about a month ago now, I sold this guitar to Neanderthal. And if you watch Johnny Bean's channel, you know Neanderthal hangs out there every Saturday night, and he does every Tuesday night on Neanderthal's channel. But he lives right down the street. And the whole story behind that is about... Jesus, was probably about 2 years ago, I had Neanderthal on my channel, and we were doing one of these little live streams. And I invited Johnny Bean on the channel. And it was on I think it was on a Friday afternoon. And then the very next night, I'm looking at the Johnny Bean channel, and there's Neanderthal. I'm like, man, Johnny Bean stole Neanderthal from me. But that's okay. Because I don't make a real effort to live stream. I enjoy doing it every once in a while. If I feel chatty and nobody's in the store and I'm kind of bored and I've got things I want to show you guys, you know, that's when I'll do a live stream. But I'm not going to I'm not going to mark it on my calendar every Friday live stream or whatever. And so it makes it tough, and I just do it very spontaneously, spur of the moment. if something happens and I'm bored down here, then I'm going to go on StreamYard and I'll hit the go live right now and I'll just take it off, whatever I say off the top of my head. And so anyhow, this is the EVH Frankie. And I don't know how I really got my hands on them. This is brand new from Fender. And I called my Fender rep and actually what happened is I'm in Mesa, Arizona. Fender, their headquarters is in Scottsdale, Arizona. So my Fender rep, he comes into my shop and I'm just a Fender accessories dealer. And so, I can get the picks and the strings and the straps and the cables and the accessories, the t-shirts and the hats and all that kind of stuff, tuners and, capos and all the accessories. And I am not the next tier to go on would be the Squire tier. So I think for like a $10,000 initial buy-in, I could be a Squire dealer. But talking with my rep, they don't have the inventory. Even if I gave them the $10,000 to start, they're so back ordered on everything right now because of COVID. They wouldn't be able to fill my opening order. So maybe in about a year or so, if things are going good and I can still pay the rent down here, then I'll become a Squire dealer. And those brand new Squires are usually only good for Christmas time when parents are coming in and they're buying Christmas presents for their for their children and things like that. But other than that, so for some reason though, my Fender rep sold me a brand new Fender guitar. And so that was really cool. And I don't know how he pulled it off, but I was able to get a brand new EVH Frankie and I have it priced at $1,800. And I've seen some guys asking as much as $2,500 for those things. And if you order one from Fender, it's going to be like 10 months before you get it. So anybody here in the Phoenix area, there is a brand new EVH Frankie over here for $1,800. And I have the original box that it came in. I still have the box. So this is the Jersey Star. You got it. This is the brand new Kramer. I think actually this is a 2019. So this thing's been around for about 2 years now. But it's basically very mint condition. Gibson owns, still got the plastic. Gibson owns Kramer nowadays. This is the old reissue Jersey Star. Super fun guitar. 3 pickups. Gold. Everything's cool about it. It's got a hard shell case. And I have it priced at $1,000. There it is. Let me hang it back. All right, somebody in the chat here. Somebody in here is asking about Gibson stuff. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Bobby? Any Gibsons? All right, so now this is the only Gibson that I have in the shop right now. And because basically guys don't trade in their Gibsons. Very rarely do I get one traded in. But this is called the NF. Yes, the NFG. And that stands for no finish. And so you can see the finish on this is a very thin nitro finish. No markers on the fretboard. Very thin finish. Looks like it was made in 2018. And you can see along the side, it's, got a very slight relic about it. But, you know, 2 or 3 years ago when these came out, these were being, they wholesaled these things out of Guitar Center for like $8.99. So that's the only one I have down here today. And I actually have it priced a little bit, you know, they're holding their value. Let's just say that. The guitar market is super crazy right now. Prices are going way up. Guys want to sell me guitars based on the high prices right now. And I tell people, no, I don't want to pay high prices right now because Reverb's asking, you know, $200, $300, $400 more than what, you know, these things went for brand new when Guitar Center traded them out, sold them a couple of years ago. So I'm waiting for the guitar market to slow back down and for all those crazy prices to level themselves out again. Because as you can tell, I've got this thing priced at $1,000. Now, when you're in a used guitar shop, it's one of the last places on earth where you're allowed to walk in and you're allowed to make offers on stuff. I'm totally down with that. If you want to make an offer on something, you know, I usually don't get offended. It's one of the last places, you know, on earth where you can walk in and barter with somebody and try to talk them down on their price and do all that kinds of stuff. So that's just part of the game when you're still in the market. You know, when you're out there, just because you can don't mean you should. That's right. Guitar prices are going crazy. Here we go. Randall, worst guitar you have ever played? Honestly, this thing is great. If you like the P90 sound, a lot of guys, just my thoughts right there. Through a high gain amp, it's got the 60 cycle hum going on. Oh shit, he's asking me about gigs. Jason, I do have some gigs. In July, I have 2 gigs here in Phoenix. So I'm at the place called the 44, which is 44th Street. No, it's 44th Avenue and Peoria. And that's in July. And I got the Blues Bar in July. You know what? I got to look at my phone to know my gigs. But I actually have a show, and this is going to be really cool. I got a really cool one coming up in October. I have to get in my phone to look. If I can navigate the phone. If I could navigate my phone, I got to go to the group text where the whole band is in there. October 5th, it's a Tuesday. You guys want to play at the Marquee opening for Dead Daisies. So October 5th, a Tuesday night opening for the Dead Daisies. And I immediately replied yes. And so my lead singer, he's telling me that Glenn Hughes is their front man. So I said, holy Deep Purple. So yeah, I get to open up for the Dead Daisies or whatever they're called. And so it's the original bass player, not the original bass player, but it's the bass player that was in Deep Purple. I'm like, holy shit. That's going to be epic. And the Marquee Theater, it's a pretty large venue. And I imagine on a Tuesday night, being an opening band with Glenn Hughes, we'll probably be lucky if there's 300 people in there. But to get on a great big stage and play our 6 or 8 original tunes. That's all they're probably going to let us. It's only 6 miles up the street. Great big stage, professional sound. I've seen Queensryche in there. I've seen punk rock shows in there, Authority Zero, different stuff like that. And so to get on that stage it's kind of one of those bucket list gigs where, of all these places in Phoenix that you'd love to play, the Marquee Theater is on that list. So October. I love used gear, man. Used gear. Oh man, there's so many really bad guitars. But a lot of guitars, you can spend the time and put them on the bench and polish the frets and straighten out the, yeah, I know, I got to get some pictures. If I can get a picture of me standing next to Glenn. And the way in this day and age where everybody is doing these live streams and you can ask people, hey, did you ever consider coming on a live stream with me someday? Let me get your, and you try to work it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that very, very often. But I don't want to, ask people to do stuff that has no possible benefit for them. What benefit would Glenn Hughes have coming on my little YouTube channel that I have and talking to 28 people, right? But it's one way of growing your channel. So you have to be more, you have to be really driven to really want to grow the channel. And I just want to, have a good time with it. And I'm not going to worry too much about if the channel really takes off, and work real hard at it and get the biggest, get Joe Bonamos on here. If things happen naturally, then that's great. But I'm not going to spend, weeks on the phone trying to get an interview with somebody or do stuff like that. I'm too lazy for that. The Daisies are a good band, huh? What I need to do is, before that gig, I have until October, but I'll sit here and I'll start YouTubing Dead Daisies, and I'll listen to all their music, and then I'll come up with my favorite tune. And if I am, backstage, sometimes when you open for a band, you do your opening slot, and then you pack up your gear and you're backstage, and that's when the headliners are hanging out, right? You just finished, and there's another band on. And so sometimes it accidentally happens where you're backstage with the headliners. I was able to do that last year. We played at the Whiskey A Go-Go. We got off stage. Another band got on stage. They were called Angelus. You guys might have heard of them because they've been in the Sunset Strip bar scene for like 30 years. But Angelus was on stage. And so we were upstairs unwinding and relaxing. And Rough Riot was upstairs. So it's Carlos Cavazzo and Pa Sortino. So while we're up in the, after our gig, we're up in the green room. There's Carlos Cavazzo standing there from Quiet Riot. And you think it's this great party, man. Like back in the 80s, if you were upstairs at the Whiskey A Go-Go on a whatever night of the week it was, but and the guys from Quiet Riot and the guys from Rough Cut are hanging around, you would think that this is going to be an awesome party, right? Badass party, doing coke hookers and blow, all that, right? Carlos is up there brushing his teeth and hanging out and washing his hands and stuff, and Paul's just sitting there. It was exactly what you don't expect Hollywood to be, but it's more realistic now. People are just people. Oh, good, Victor. That's great. I'm glad you like it. That's I want to be able to sell people guitars And I want them to walk out of here with a guitar and say, man, I got such a great deal. I hope that guy really knows that I just took out a guitar more valuable than what I traded in. I want people to think that they really got one over on me and they got a smoking deal, because then they come back next month and they try it over again. And so instead of selling somebody a guitar for too much money and they don't really like it and they sort of regret that they bought it, I would prefer to have somebody buy something, think they got a smoking deal on it, and then they're going to be back next week to buy another one. There you go. Thanks again for that, Victor. Thank you, Jason. Yeah, it's been a fun ride. Rico, what are you doing back there? Let me hang this thing back.
What's that?
What do you guys want to look at? What you guys want to look at? Not that thing.
I'm gonna scramble it.
Oh, man.
It's over.
Oh, no. Say it ain't so. This is a Paul Reed Smith, and this is the Silver Sky. And the best thing about this one, it is actually in silver. I've seen some of these guitars, and they're the red ones, and I hate a Silver Sky with red paint on it. It's got to be silver. So I do have one of these guys in here, the PRS Silver Sky. I dig that there's no back plate on here. When I have guitars painted, I have a buddy and he paints guitars for me. I always tell him to fill in the holes, try to paint it so it's nice in here, you know, because I love the look of that. I hate having a back plate on a guitar. So yeah, PRS Silver Sky, I was able to get my hands on one of these guys. This one looks like it is from, what's that say right there? 2019, PRS Silver Sky. So what this does in my shop is, Steve Carmichael, how are you, brother? What this does in my shop is it makes great trade bait. So this guitar I have priced at $2,000, and I damn near paid that much money to get this guitar. But what happens here is usually guys don't come in here and just lay down $100 bills to buy a guitar like this. They will bring in, you know, 4 Mexican tellies and 2 PV amps and their boss and their, you know, their pedal board with 8 pedals, and it's trade bait. So you get something like this, and because I love doing the whole buy, sell, and trade thing, I love trading guitars. I almost love buying guitars more than selling them. Sometimes I'll sell a guitar, and it hurts me a little bit to see that thing leave the store. But this guitar, basically I call it trade bait, because guys will bring me a lot of stuff to get their hands on this guitar. And so that's what I do with the very expensive stuff. If you want to buy it outright, I make a couple $100. If you want to lay down, I have it priced at $2,000. If you want to lay down the $2,000 and take it home, I will definitely do that. But I prefer you brought me a couple of Mexican tellies and, you know, some cool trade items, because that benefits both of us. It keeps inventory in the store. And I love shining up used guitars. I love restringing them. If you watch my videos where I just do restring videos, they don't get many views. I've done a lot of videos where I restring an old Yamaha or something, and it's like 200 views or something. I don't get a whole bunch of views on that stuff, but that doesn't bother me too much. I just want to, actually, it's a little easier. If I would get 30, 40,000 views on me restringing a guitar, it'd be a lot of pressure when you get that many views, because you're like, oh my God, all these people are watching this. Every move I make, they're going to criticize. And so sometimes it doesn't hurt to only have a couple hundred views on a video. But yeah, here it is, APRS Silver Sky. And again, the reason I have high-end stuff like this, because I can't get this stuff at half price. This stuff costs a lot of money, but again, it makes great trade bait. I have another, let me show you one more item that, again, it's the very expensive thing, but it makes for great trade bait. Here we go, hold on. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming in. I'm doing a little live stream over there. I hope you don't mind.
I saw you moved.
Yeah, I moved.
Guadalupe.
I was adopted. Yeah. My lease was up and they wanted a lot of money for the rent. So I'm like, well, if I have to pay a lot of money, I'll go somewhere where there's people.
Yeah.
And hopefully my sales will get better, right?
Yeah.
Oh no. Say it ain't so. A Strandberg. You got to be kidding. A freaking Strandberg? All right. Real quick, the old Strandberg. It's not old, but. Okay, here's another one. Paid a lot of money for this thing. 7-string, fan fretted, Fishman pickups. It's got this crazy neck on the back. Super lightweight. This guitar is one of those guitars for those guys that are those proper players, right? You know what I'm saying? So the way they design this is, I'm going to lower my camera so you can see this, hopefully. See, they designed this so that it lays on your knee just perfectly. It's really designed to, it's really good to be a lap guitar and set in your lap. And it's definitely not the kind of guitar that your thumb doesn't come over the top of the guitar. It's more of this style where your thumb, let me show this. This is what I'm kind of thinking. So when you got your thumb back here in the back, you don't have it over the top like this. You have it back in the back. And as you work your way up this way, do you see how once you get way up here, do you see how low your thumb is right there? So all the way up the neck, your thumb stays flat across there. So kind of a neat design. Another one that, I got a lot of money into. But sometimes you need guitars like this for that certain type of player that wants something like this and is willing to, trade in a couple of their old American Strats to get their hands on this thing. It is a beautiful neck. Oh, it's a beautiful neck. Hold on, I wanted to see this one. I live in Germany. Strand is beach and Berg is mountain. Beach mountain guitars. Not so good in English, but you know what? Jason, thank you for that, man. I learn something every day. Bed frame. Dang, that's me. So yeah, that's interesting, man. Strand means the beach, and Berg is the mountain. You know what? I'm gonna try to remember that, because when old Philip McKnight comes in here, he knows damn near everything about guitars. And thanks to you, I just learned a little something right there. If I can remember that, that might just interest him a little bit. But yeah, so I got myself a Strandberg. It's kind of a fun one. This one stays behind the counter over here. What else? Should I wrap with these guys? You want to plug that thing in? Mm-hmm. Guys, 34 of you guys watching, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for spontaneously coming on with me and watching this. I really appreciate you guys. I got a couple of guys in here, and hopefully it's starting to get hot in Phoenix, man. It's tough right now. I'm sweating, and I even have the air conditioner on. But hopefully I'll get some more guys in here this afternoon, and I'll have a good day. But thank you guys so much for being on here with me. You've helped me to have a good day. It's a good day today. So Laguna Palms, how are you? Thanks, everybody. Music Therapy LAZ. Thanks for coming on here. Send me a Facebook message sometime, and maybe I'll come on your channel. Maybe we could do something someday. And if you want to have me on, I won't just invite myself. But Joey, thanks for being on here. And Jason and Steve Carmichael, thank you very much for coming on. And Victor, thanks for watching. All you guys have a great day. And again, thanks a lot. Rico's here.